my favorite part is these coaching grades, and I love them because people just think, you know, everybody loves to throw out opinions on these coaches and how they graded out and how a hire went and all this, but you're taking the human element out of it, and this is based purely on data. So, it's kind of hard to argue with many of the grades you guys give out. So I wanted to start with the first year coaches we had in the SEC this year, with the understanding that some of these guys may not have a long track record. So, the grade may not be quite as solid just yet. But let's start with Tennessee's head coach, Josh Heupel, who surprisingly led the Vols to a bowl win here. What grade did your analytics give Josh Heupel this year?
Josh Heupel had a good year, and if people out there were listening to, I believe it was me and you before the season started,
Mm-hmm.
we talked about Josh Heupel and what he was going to be able to accomplish this year at Tennessee, and we said that he was going to be in the 7-5 or 6-6 win range,
Mm-hmm.
and he did just that. He performed kind of how we expected and exceeded it, just maybe even slightly. We have him ranked as a solid B plus coach who had a solid B plus year. I mean that's kind of what we expected out of Josh Heupel, and he surely delivered. Let's see here. Let me tell you exactly. His career grade after the season, his career grade jumped up to he's a B plus A minus head coach now. So that just tells you, he's the real deal. And not only that, but he's the play caller. He's been the play caller for his offenses ever since he's been a head coach. So that and he's also a terrific play caller. He was actually graded higher as a play caller coming into the season than he was a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all good things. All good things for Vols fans. I mean, the defensive coordinator came in, and I think he did better than what was expected out of him. I think that the Vols defense was, let's see, what I have them ranked at end of this year. Give me 1 second here to take a peek. I know this is great radio. Let's see. Yeah, the Vols defense, Tim Banks in his first year, it's always a struggle for defensive coordinators to come in and kind of handle the pace of a Josh Heupel offense.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to have a dominant defense just because of the number of plays that they're asked to defend per game. Tim Banks, his defensive efficiency was ranked 67th this year, which isn't great, but with a Josh Heupel offense, the way they play, that only has to be a top 40 defense before that team becomes a headache to deal with.
Hmm.
So, I mean, you're looking at teams like, for example, the tongue in cheek, the 2017 national championship UCF team. They that defense was barely a top 50 defense, but the offense was so prolific that they're able to get by with it. Now the SEC is a different animal than the AAC, admittedly. But in order to get double-digit wins, I think that Tennessee fans would love to see, would accept, that defense is going to have to come up to about the 45 range. But first year there, he's the transfer portal is going to help them get some more guys on defense there, and we'll see how Tim Banks does in year two.